Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a compulsive overeater, and very grateful that this program was introduced to me in December 1980, and that for whatever reason, this high person on their high horse who knew everything and didn't want anybody to help me do anything, I gave up and accepted help, and I'm grateful for abstinence since December 8th, 1980. And one day at a time, just one. I'm only abstinent today. As I say, never tomorrow. I never do 2 days at once. So step 10 on page 59, and I will be making references to the big book. Page 59, it says, step 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. And then the directions start on page 84. Literally, step 9 has just finished, and it says this thought right in the middle of 84, this thought brings us to step 10, italicized as the steps always are, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. What does that mean, continue? Well, we started taking personal inventory in step 4. We shared it in step 5. And then we set right any new mistakes as we go along. We set right the mistakes in 8 and 9. So we've learned how to do this process in 4 through 9 as we cleaned up our past. And then we now do it on a daily basis so it doesn't pile up. We don't get those big piles of crap in our life anymore. We vigorously, that means with energy, commence this way of living as we cleaned up the past. So that means as we start on step 4, which is the beginning of cleaning up our past, we begin to do this daily inventory. Otherwise, we'd never catch up with the present. There'd be new crap just piling up and piling up. So we learn how to do this on a daily basis as we start cleaning up the past, start on step 4. So 4 through 9, I was already learning how to do the daily inventory. Did I understand it when I started? No. But what I understood was I was working with a sponsor every day. So as I started step 4, and I learned this process. And then it has a promise. We have entered the world of the spirit. When have we done that? After step 9. Right? This is after step 9 that we do the full step 10, 11, and 12 on a daily basis. But we start learning the process and doing the pragmatic cleanup on a daily basis as we clean up the past. Our next function, next after what? After we've cleaned up our past, after we've finished step 9. And I just wanted to flip to page 59 again. Steps 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's cleanup. 1, got a problem. 2, got a solution. 3, I'm going to try it. I'm going to turn my life over to this solution. The solution then starts with clean up our past. That's 4 through 9. Once that is done, that took me 18 months to get through step 9. My house was full of stolen goods. I had so many resentments. It took me months to write out my resentments and fears. But once that has all been taken care of, it's all been shared, my house, all the stolen goods were returned, blah, blah, blah. Then we get to step 10. And so at that point, I wanted to read on page 83, well, 82 really. The alcoholic, the compulsive overeater at the bottom, the last paragraph, is like a tornado roaring their way through the lives of others. Hearts are broken, sweet relationships are dead. Selfish and inconsiderate habits have kept the house in turmoil. You know, whether we've been the bully or the whining victim, whatever, we have really created a lot of chaos. And we've learned that and seen that and cleaned it all up when we're done with step 9. And then there's a promise in step 9 at the bottom of 83. If we are painstaking, it hurts. It's not easy cleaning up all this stuff. You know, people want to say, oh, it doesn't feel good. Well, of course it doesn't feel good looking at all the horrible things, at least for me, that I'd done. but we're painstaking about this phase of our development. Again, we're in step 9 at this point. We will be amazed before we're halfway through. That's making amends. Halfway through all those amends. We are going to know a new freedom, a new happiness. We will not regret the past. No more regret. I don't have to go, oh God, I was so terrible. Okay, well, I did it. So what? I don't have to regret it. I don't have to shut the door on it. I can look at it. I can share about it here in this meeting, that my house was full of stolen goods. I don't have to go, oh, God, I hate saying that. It's just true. I don't have to regret it. I don't have to shut the door. And so there's incredible promises that have just happened. And it has happened. We know serenity. We know peace. Feeling of uselessness and self-pity disappears. We're a completely different person as we begin to complete step 9. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. This is in step 9. Fear of people, fear of economic insecurity leaves us, all right? For how long does it leave? 1 hour. And that's what my sponsor said. Anna, you're on a high. Your life is completely changing. Your house is, you don't have all those stolen goods. I had cheated on my master's exams. I mean, all that was getting cleaned up. How long was that serenity going to last? 1 hour, she says. You're a compulsive overeater. You're going to find something else to be resentful about or fearful about. Just because your past is cleaned up, you are going to be happy to build up a bunch more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, an hour? All these, 18 months of working and she says, yeah, but if you do step 10, if you continue to clean up your life on a daily basis, you will continue to be free of those fears. You will continue to know freedom and happiness. You will no longer regret your past of this morning or last night. That's my new past that I'm happy to regret or resent or whatever. I need step 10 to not start building up the new stuff. I don't need a whole life history to feel crappy. I need one thing to come in and it'll ruin me. It'll send me back to the food. So step 10, our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. More understanding about myself. New things will yet to be revealed. Effectiveness, what little tools are going to be helpful. And that's where I love meetings. I can get ideas of things. I have to be careful not to make them my new higher power. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue how long? For our lifetime. I only have to do it for a day. But if I want that freedom, if I want that recovery, I have got to do it today, forever. Every today that comes up. And what do? We continue to watch. These are the same words that we began to see in our life in step 4 and 5. We're looking at selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them, not at night. That's a different thing. We'll come to that. When they arise, God, I am full of self-pity, whatever it is, self-centered dishonesty. I'm resentful at this person. God, please remove my defect. I will not be able to drive safely because I'm resentful that guy cut me off. Please remove my resentment. Doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm a compulsive overeater. I have got to work towards serenity, which is towards abstinence. I want to be moving towards abstinence, not away from it. We discuss them immediately and make amends quickly if we've harmed someone. If I then cut somebody else off or something, I may just need to pull over and contact somebody and say, I am out of control. I am now vindictive and dangerous. Then we resolutely, which means, and the word comes up more than once in the big book, it means force ourselves. This is not like, oh, I'm in recovery now. I naturally want to see my defects and become an amazing person. I have to force myself now to turn my thoughts to someone I can help. This is often part of the 10th step that's forgotten. It's like, oh God, please take my defect. Well, then I have to force myself to turn my thoughts to someone I can help.
That's 10 minutes.
Thanks. I usually force myself to see the face of someone I'm sponsoring or someone at my meeting. And I realize if I am abstinent right now, I can help them if I'm in touch with them, if they call me or whatever. I keep it real simple. Love and tolerance of others is our code. And then there's fabulous promises for step 10. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even the food. I don't have to fight the person who cut me off. I don't have to fight my brother who says the same thing. I don't have to fight my mother who's telling the same story for the 10th time. Who cares? For by this time, sanity will have returned in the moment. This is not permanent return of sanity. How long does that sanity last? An hour. And an hour for which I am so grateful. But the red behind my eyes will be gone. My heart will not be pounding. I won't be wanting to call traffic control and report somebody. We will seldom be interested in food. It does not say always. If tempted, what do? We recoil from the food as if from a hot flame. Oh my God, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that this has happened automatically. We will see that our new attitude towards food has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. I mean, these are amazing promises, but this is working step 10 all day throughout the day. We feel as though we've been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We haven't even sworn off. Instead, what was the problem when we came in? We couldn't stop overeating. The problem has been removed. Today, not tomorrow. It does not exist for us. I mean, unbelievable. I couldn't go 15 minutes without food. We are neither cocky nor afraid. This is our experience. This is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. There are conditions here. It's easy to let up. This begins to talk about step 11. But I want to flip to 86 before I run out of time. It says at the third line, we believe we can make some definite and valuable suggestions when we retire at night. And then there are directions and a prayer of what to do. So asking ourselves these questions, I put resentful, selfish, dishonest, afraid, leave a couple lines in between and just fill in the blanks. No narrative, just Josie, street light, rain, whatever I'm resentful about. Dishonest, thinking the rain is here to punish me. And then the next paragraph on awakening. And this is a brilliant program. It starts at 2 minutes, thanks. It starts in the night. It never starts tomorrow. It always starts today. Step 10 direction is now, tonight. And then on awakening, it says, yeah, think about our day. You know, we now have this thing called action plan. Well, it's always been part of step 10. We consider our plans for the day. That's always been part of 10. It's not new. And then before we begin, there's a prayer again for the morning. There's fabulous promises. Under these conditions, God gave us brains to use. We can actually use them now. And then it says on the bottom of 87. So that's all the stuff for the morning, page 86 and 87. And then at the bottom of 87, as we go through the day, it has directions for the whole day. We pause when agitated or doubtful, as opposed to go faster and harder and bash into people. We ask. That's a prayer. God, please. Whenever it says we ask, it's God, please. Please give me the right thought or action. We constantly remind ourselves all day long. I have things on the wall. I have things in my car. I am no longer running the show. Humbly saying, thy will be done, not mine. Anna lost this race. Anna lost this fight. I don't know how to do it. And then fabulous promises. These are blended 10 and 11. Much less danger of excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, foolish decisions. We're more efficient. We don't tire as easily because we're not burning up energy foolishly as we did when we were trying to arrange life to suit ourselves. Life's not going to suit me ever. And to finally realize it's okay. I'm not God. I can't make it better. What I can do is change me and get help. Thanks. It works. It really does. That's where that line comes, page 88. Thanks for letting me share.